Super Saiyan 4 is arguably one of the best written transformations in the Dragon Ball franchise. Its emergence in GT took the series to a completely different level. In stark contrast to the previous transformations of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan 4 isn't obtained through rage or hatred. Being the polar opposite of the first Super Saiyan form, Super Saiyan 4 is actually obtained through love and compassion. In Goku's case, it was his love for his granddaughter Pan and the people on Earth who he longed to protect. It was in this moment that his uncontrollable rage subsided and he regained his consciousness once again. Similar to Goku, Vegeta unlocked the form through his compassion for Goku. The Golden Ape form, of course, is also a prerequisite, which is arguably Super Saiyan in Grade 8. But it's only the first step to unlocking this form. With Dragon Ball Daima less than a month away, the hype for seeing Super Saiyan Kid Goku on screen has rose quite a bit. In the beginning, many people weren't interested in Daima, and the main reason for that has to do with his GT comparisons. Goku is essentially becoming a kid again and going on a space adventure with a new cast, and there's new Dragon Balls, possible tougher looking villain, etc. and so on. About 3 months ago, I made a video about how Super Saiyan 4 could be included in Daima. At the time, however, we didn't have much information about the series itself, and I was definitely grasping at straws. But the main basis was that Goku is becoming a kid again, like in GT, so essentially he should be able to regrow his tail back, since Saiyans at a very young age are able to regrow their tail after it's been cut off. From the information I started looking into now, it more implies Goku is miniature rather than a kid, which would explain why some of the cast don't look like how they used to look like as kids. But at the same time, Trunks and Goten very clearly became younger, so I'm not sure here. Having said that, we've been given much more GT subtleties, which include a new set of Dragon Balls which mirror the Black Star Dragon Ball, as well as having people inhabit them in their body, as shown in the trailers, which is kinda like the Shadow Dragon, alongside 2 new enemies looking like GT villains. Because of this, I've rethought about the Super Saiyan 4 possibility and have a different approach I want to take in this video. So without further ado, let's begin. I think a very important detail mentioned in the recent spoilers of Daima that ties directly into this theory have to do with Vegeta getting Super Saiyan 3, for the simple reason that Daima is going to be mainly a 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗡 project. What this basically means is that the story will follow the standard Dragon Ball system where Vegeta sits in the spotlight for a bit, usually showing a new transformation or ability, just for Goku to come in and one-up him. Vegeta serves as the Goku build-up in the story most of the time. This connects to the theory and the idea that if Super Saiyan 4 had a 1% chance of showing up, it's definitely 2% now, just because of this. I can see Goku obtaining a new form after Vegeta uses Super Saiyan 3, just so they won't appear to be equal in any way. Some supporting consistency for this theory as well is that every series in the franchise has a notable transformation. For Dragon Ball, it's Grade 8. Dragon Ball Z is the many Super Saiyan forms. Super is Ultra Instinct, and GT is Super Saiyan 4. There are sub-forms in the series as well, which Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 will most likely be, but Daima needs a main form to advertise the series with. Since Super Saiyan 4 already exists for GT, one can argue that you can't have one form advertise 2 shows, but I beg to differ actually. Alongside Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan Blue is iconic for New Age Dragon Ball, and that's pretty much Super Saiyan with blue hair dye, which was no coincidence by the way. Dragon Ball Super was definitely looking to recreate the greatness of Dragon Ball Z, and have a form just as iconic as Super Saiyan. In addition to that, Dragon Ball, especially in recent years, has been no stranger to fan service, some of which include Gohan Blanco and Cell Dorado, or Cell X. If we were to see Super Saiyan 4 rewritten, then it wouldn't be the craziest thing the franchise has introduced. And yes, rewritten, not canonized. I think Super Saiyan 4 as it stands right now wouldn't fit very well the way it's currently written. Similar to Broly, there will have to be things changed for it to make sense in the story. Mainly because I think the idea of the Golden Grade Ape needing to be achieved is the main issue. I don't think 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗡 is really fond of Saiyan tails, to be honest, since he constantly forgets about them, and even the new Saiyans in the franchise didn't have them. I can't ever foresee Goku and Vegeta becoming apes again, so that aspect of it would have to be changed. And not just that, but we would need a really good reason why this form has never been used or brought up or referenced in any way in Dragon Ball Super. I can't wait to see what they say about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, but this is a whole nother can of worms. So all that being said, let's talk about how Super Saiyan 4 can be remade to make sense in Daima, starting with how Goku could have achieved this form but never used it or made mention of it. Best fix in my opinion is to have the form be exclusive to the Demon Realm, in the sense that Goku actually can't use the form without being present there. That way the conversation wouldn't be brought up anytime after this, since Goku wouldn't be able to use the form, and it really wouldn't make sense to instant transmission just anyone to the Demon Realm to fight them in Super Saiyan 4, especially if forms like Super Saiyan God and Blue are much stronger in comparison. From what we know about entering the Demon Realm is also that you have to be a deity, so that helps the narrative a bit. This may also add to the lore behind Goku becoming an adult again during the form's transformation, alongside his somewhat edgy demeanor when he's in his form, even a bit in the design aspect too, which should stay the same because Super Saiyan 4 is definitely top tier in terms of design. Not many people talk about how mythical Super Saiyan 4 is as well. For starters, you lose and regain your clothes when becoming this form, which is downright hilarious without context, but somewhat magical nonetheless. On top of the fact that it somehow was able to alter the wish of the Black Star Dragon Balls, which made Goku turn back into an adult in this form. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who just don't bring this up, but with Daima, maybe it could make more sense. As for how to actually obtain this form, there's a few different routes that the show can take, one of which would have to be a result of possibly Super Saiyan under certain conditions in the Demon Realm. Similar to how Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God is just Super Saiyan applying God Ki to one's base form or Super Saiyan form. Perhaps Super Saiyan 4 could be Goku infusing certain magic or Demon Realm exclusive energy with his transformations. We've been told that Daima will have various trials Goku and Co will have to overcome which involve the use of magic. Perhaps Goku could be fighting some kind of demon, possibly the 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗟 villain, and get hit with some sorcery that's meant to restrict him, but he breaks through it and the result is the new Super Saiyan 4. Just an idea, but yeah, something of that nature. Another route they could take is having Goku learn from someone in the Demon Realm, a side teacher kind of character, like mirrors. Maybe he shows Goku some new moves and he can only use them in the Demon Realm, and somehow the death in the character results in Goku becoming enraged and that turns him into a Super Saiyan 4. I wouldn't personally be too fond of this version, but I wouldn't put it past the series at this current point. The next and probably most important thing that would have to change about Super Saiyan 4 is its origin and backstory. The only way a Saiyan can obtain Super Saiyan 4 is if he is already a Super Saiyan, can transform into a 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗟, and regains consciousness control over the form. This transformation is the ultimate combination of both the humanoid Super Saiyan and the 𝗕𝗥𝗟𝗟. This form was designed to be the absolute pinnacle of Saiyan power, and it has made all the sense in the world for its appearance during the Baby saga. Baby, the tough parasite looking to exact revenge on the Saiyan race by using the very same power that brought his to extinction. This forced the Saiyan Goku to look back into the past and rekindle that ancient Saiyan fury, regrowing his tail and once again becoming a 𝗕𝗥𝗟𝗟. But it's been years since the time of savagery, and Goku's long domesticated. Calling on the hearts of his loved ones, he becomes the ultimate Saiyan warrior, and Baby, despite his best efforts of imitating this power, he's unable to become a Super Saiyan 4, because he's blinded by anger and hatred, which is in opposition to achieving the ultimate form. The backstory of Super Saiyan 4, for me at least, is why the form is so great. For the rewriting of this form, it'll have to be something that can tie into the events currently happening in Dragon Ball Daima, as well as have some kind of connection to the Saiyan's history. Because of Dragon Ball Super changing the origin stories of certain events in Dragon Ball, we might have something to work from. During the ancient days of the Saiyans, there lived one amongst their kind who stood out in more ways than his strength. His courage and righteous heart allowed him to become the first Super Saiyan ever. His name was Yamoshi. The origin of the Super Saiyan of legend was changed to Yamoshi in Dragon Ball Super following the events of Battle of the Gods, where he originally was the first Super Saiyan God. But that wasn't the only thing that was changed. The Saiyans that defeated him originally were considered evil, but the ones who killed him in Dragon Ball Super were actually demons. We know this because Yamoshi's soul wasn't able to find peace in the afterlife following his death to these Saiyans. This is the result of a demon, as shown in Dragon Ball when talking about the victims of Demon King Piccolo who were stated to never be able to ascend to the afterlife. In the same way that Yamoshi's path leads to you becoming a Super Saiyan God, perhaps the demon Saiyans who killed him also have a way to be communed with through some other kind of ritual. One by the end of the transformation that you will become an evil demon 𝗕𝗥𝗟𝗟 like they're depicted in the previous story. This tale would be known in the demon realm, the same way that Yamoshi's was in the 𝗕𝗥𝗟𝗟𝗏 Book of Legends. Someone in the demon realm looking to turn Goku evil, either because he's much too strong to defeat or they see him as a valuable asset, will somehow perform this ritual on Goku, which will either make him become a mindless ape again or corrupt him with the powers that the demon Saiyans held back then. Though similar to what happened to Goku in GT, he will break free from this curse, and the result of which will be the new Super Saiyan 4. Maybe Super Saiyan Demon or Demonic Saiyan. In this state, Goku will have the powers of the evil Saiyans, but in a more controlled state so that he can use them to his advantage. A cool note about this form could be that when Goku kills someone while using it, they won't go to the afterlife. I think something like this could be really cool, and somehow rewrite Super Saiyan 4 into the canon story of Dragon Ball. But what do you guys think? Let me know what you think about this theory in the comment section below. And what are your thoughts on Super Saiyan 4 in general? Would you like to see it in Dragon Ball Daima? Be sure to let me know. And until next time, 𝗕𝗔𝗟𝗟𝗏. Oh, you're still there. Well,
hello there.
If you're still watching at this point in the video, it's for two possible reasons. Either A, you're a die-hard 𝗕𝗔𝗟𝗏 fan, or B, you're the type of person who likes to see things through to the end. Either way, you're my type of viewer, those I feel I can truly connect with. That said, let me tell you how things go down over here on 𝗕𝗔𝗟𝗏. I love Dragon Ball, so you see me making all kinds of Dragon Ball content on this channel. This can range from what-if theories, explanations, and my personal takes. These different topics are sorted by thumbnail or title. If the video says what if, then that's what it is. Look for a thumbnail that looks like fan art. What ifs will mainly be uploaded to the Patreon. There you'll find all kinds of what if theories very soon. I usually post episode 1 on the channel, but the continuation will be on Patreon. If the video title asks a question, it's usually a take of mine, me giving an opinion about a specific topic or idea. In videos with thumbnails like this, white border, or explanation videos, look there to learn something new or revisit older topics you enjoy hearing. Make sense so far? The last thing I want to tell you guys is about the official Discord, Dragon Ball HQ. Here, I'd like to build a wholesome community of Dragon Ball fans where we can discuss the miracle that is Dragon Ball. See you there.